Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your September 2017 mid-month readings. Thank you always for continuing to follow my YouTube channel and for listening, for sharing, liking, subscribing, for all your support, feedback, and comments. I am, yes, still in Eastern Europe, although I will be returning to the States by the middle of the month. I think actually by the 13th, I'll be back in California. But as you know, I continue to work the same wherever I go. So thank you for all of those of you who have continued to keep me so busy from whatever corner of the globe I'm in. As you know, I do have that gypsy spirit. I like to move around quite a bit. Thank you for those of you who continue to keep me busy with personal one-on-one readings to my regular clients as well. And if any of you out there are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, even though I know YouTube has changed their format yet again. Click on the About or Description word or button. That'll give you some more information in my email address, which is Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to do a reading with you, to work with you. I do love and romance, compatibility, chartings, career work and finance readings. I do year life overviews and career overviews, as well as channeled messages and package deals for those of you who like to get regular monthly readings or bi-weekly readings. I do offer package deals for multiple months on those. So send me an email if you're interested. We'll go from there. Make sure to check your rising and your moon sign videos as well. They may play out a little more predictably for you, or just give you additional insight and clarity. As you know, these are general readings, and there are many of you watching, all unique individuals with different things going on in your lives. So the areas of your life these resonate in, to what degree or intensity is going to vary. The specifics, of course, will vary in each of your lives. But as I always say, the energy fundamentally remains the same. But try to watch sun, moon, and rising videos if you know them and if you can. I think they will help in giving you as clear a picture of the time frame ahead as possible. So moving right along, this reading is for Pisces, the water sign of Pisces, for the last half of September, the last couple of weeks, time being somewhat fluid, of course. So let us see what is in store for our lovely mercurial fish, our Pisces, for the last half of September. We have the Three of Wands and the Six of Cups for the middle to the third week or so. And then for the last week or so, we have the Two of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles. From the bottom of the deck for overall energy and guidance, we have the Sun. So, excuse me. Looks like the majority of you are maybe in a waiting period, although an active waiting period. Whether it's in the tangible work, career, project part of your life, or emotional relationships. Looks like you put in some work and you are kind of in a waiting mode. We have the Three of Wands, followed by the Six of Cups. So the Three of Wands, fire energy governs this suit, very active, action-oriented suit. The glare on these cards, I'll be glad when I get back to my home environment can have my specific lighting. So the Three of Wands is a card that does imply it's a more passive energy. The card which precedes it, the Two of Wands, is about choosing long-term goals in order to figure out which path to go on. And in the Three of Wands, you've done a lot of work. The fact that this man's back is turned implies that the work is behind him, or a fair amount of work is behind him, and now he's waiting to see what the results are. The implication being that the results could be generally considered positive. This could be in work or relationship as well. In work, it would represent that you've been doing a lot of work and that you're waiting for a good outcome, whether it's praise or a raise or a promotion or just positive feedback as well. Relationships, it could represent that you've made an offer of some kind, or you've done a lot of work and there's been an offer on the table of some kind. You could be on one side or the other of that. Excuse me. But it's kind of a time of sort of active waiting. Now it's paired with the Six of Cups, which is water energy, Pisces, your energy. The Six of Cups is a card primarily associated with the past, reminiscence, usually points to memories that we associate with childhood or just better times, more carefree, childlike times. It can represent somebody from the past coming. It can also represent travel back to the past, meaning travel to see parents, relatives, roots of origin, where you grew up, etc. The Three of Wands can also represent travel over water. Some of you may be traveling in the last half of September to see about the outcome of something or something to do with family. So in relationships, again, in the relationship part of your life, this could represent having put in a lot of work into a relationship and maybe made an offer. Again, you could be the one making the offer. You could be the one on the other side of that. And there's a sense of waiting to see what the outcome is. Again, the implication is generally that the outcome will be positive based on a lot of work. Of course, that's not a guarantee. In work, it represents putting in a lot of work or putting in a long apprenticeship or a challenging apprenticeship with something and waiting for positive results on that as well. Anything project related. Some of you, this could be something positive returning from the past, which you put in a lot of work on. It could be something perhaps that you've forgotten about. For some of you, it could be somebody from your past returning into your life, or a past job or work connection returning into your life. I kind of had this message of somebody receiving an email in regards to work, maybe a company you used to work for, or a business you used to work for or applied at, maybe a long time ago and forgot about, contacting you again. That's interesting. Some of you in relationships, this could be a relationship. There could have been separation of some kind, maybe for personal reasons or even work reasons, someone that you've been waiting for, whether that's a potential partner, somebody you've been dating, there's just been a lot of distance between you, or a partner that you've been waiting for. Again, there's this sense of active waiting around the middle of September, regardless of what area it resonates in your life. The energy is pretty much fundamentally the same. Now, at or towards the end of September 2017, we have the Two of Swords, followed by the Eight of Pentacles. So swords is air energy. You have an equal mix of energy here: a wands, a cups, a pentacles, and a sword. So for some of you, I mean, it's how the area of your life it resonates in is going to vary. So the Two of Swords. Swords is air energy. This is mental, cerebral, intellectual energy. It's more about, I really do apologize for the lighting here. It's more about what goes on up in your head, how you look at things, belief systems, outlooks, and how it affects the way that we communicate. Truth, insight, clarity, higher education, and learning. It's all about what goes on up in our heads. Mental, cerebral, intellectual energy. The Two of Swords is a card that can represent feeling stuck, being at a crossroads, needing to make a decision, needing to deal with something. The blindfold can represent you don't know what decision needs to be made. The implication with this card is often that you don't want to come to a conclusion at this time. You're not ready to face something and make a decision or take action on something. It can also represent that you're not going to find your answers or insight in anything external, that you need to go within and touch base with your emotions and your intuition, which is your connection to source, to find an answer or a way through to something. Again, there is a sense of waiting as well with this card, although it can imply that perhaps you're waiting on something and you're not willing to take action or do anything just yet. You're still in this waiting mode. And again, for some of you, this could very well be relationships. You're waiting on the results of something, and you're not quite ready to do anything about it yet, to move on or to make a decision definitively one way or the other. It can also be the same in regards to work. The Two of Swords is paired with the Eight of Pentacles. So Pentacles is earth energy, and that usually manifests in the earthly area of our life. Cups being water, of course, is emotional feelings, relationships. We just did Swords. Pentacles is earth energy, and it usually manifests in earthly, tangible ways in our life. Money, finances, property, resources, assets, things we can see and touch and feel. The Eight of Pentacles is the worker bee card. It can be the apprenticeship card. It can represent an apprenticeship, still learning at your craft, working working hard at it, doing repetitive tasks, working a lot, overtime, getting up early, staying up late. In terms of job work, career, projects, and relationships, it can represent the same thing, putting in a lot of work. Um, I'm getting kind of an equal mix. I think some of you, this is career, work, and finance or project related. Some of you, this is in the relationship arena of your life. I'm getting the sense that some of you, just the last couple of weeks of September, it almost feels like a putting one foot in front of the other kind of energy for the last couple of weeks, continuing to work hard on something, continuing to invest in something. Some of you, particularly in personal relationships, whether it's romantic or of a different sort of personal nature, some of you may be putting in a lot of work and effort into a relationship and waiting for something to happen, waiting for an answer to something, or waiting for something or someone to change. Whether or not they will is another matter. Some of you may be feeling deep down that it isn't coming or that it isn't going to be what you want, but you're still not ready to face that yet. You're still not ready to confront it and do something and make a decision about it. You could translate that same energy to job and work. Again, putting in a lot of work, waiting for a change, waiting for an outcome, maybe knowing deep down it might not be what you want or it might not be coming, but not quite willing to confront it or to deal with it yet. Again, some of you, you're waiting for an answer or an outcome on the literal, putting out of a project or an offer within a relationship or work, an apprenticeship being done or something being done at work. You're literally waiting for a specific definitive answer to happen, which is forthcoming, but not quite yet. So again, and we've already talked about travel and distance. Perhaps some of you, I feel like, are waiting for someone to come back to you from being across a long distance. Some of you are waiting for someone from your past to come back to you. You're working, you're waiting, you're not quite willing to move on or to let go from it yet. And I think that overall, regardless of how this plays out in the specifics of your life, overall, I feel like it's not too much action-oriented decision-making happening the last couple of weeks of September, Pisces. And this will continue to play out in October as well. There is kind of a sense that you need a bit of a reprieve or a break. You need to balance this out with some other lighter energy because your overall energy and guidance is the Sun. Beautiful card, major arcana card. It elevates all positive energy and it can greatly lessen any negative or challenging energy. There's a strong theme of just socialness, fun with this, getting out, being in the sun, life, love, warmth, laughter. The Sun illuminates, brings clarity, insight, answers. I think that for a lot of you over the last couple of weeks of September, particularly if you're maybe in a place where the weather is kind of gloomy right now, trying to get it out, be socially active, spend some time with your friends, get out there, maybe some time in the sun if there's sun where you're at right now. Try and make sure that while you're in this active waiting period, whatever area of your life this is resonating in, that you kind of balance it out with lighthearted energy because the Sun, there's a sense of an alleviation, loosening up of restrictive energies. And I feel like it's more of a balancing act the last couple of weeks of September, Pisces. So, and also it's major arcana card, so energies of God, Spirit, your angels and guides. So there may be, I think, for a lot of you, opportunities to have this kind of uplifting of energy, which could otherwise, in a waiting period, things can seem to stretch out longer. Things can seem a little heavier sometimes, particularly if you're waiting for an actual person or you're really invested in a specific answer or a specific outcome. That can be kind of a difficult period. So make sure that you balance it out with good social time, fun, warmth, laughter, spend time with friends, with people you care about who care about with you. Or make sure to regularly indulge in things that make you feel good, even if it's nothing more than a hot bath, a walk in the woods, or your favorite TV show or program. So Pisces, that pretty much wraps up your September 2017 mid-month readings. I hope you have enjoyed it, that it's brought you a little bit of something, insight, food for thought, because that's why we do these. Again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, just go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the About or Description button or word, and That'll lead you to a little more information and my email address, which is maggie, the number 1, mcguire at gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. I do readings full time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. So turnaround time is pretty quick. We can usually set up a reading for you live or recorded within a 1 to 2 week period, almost always within a 2-week period. And I can usually get back with you within the same day, typically, or a day and a half of your initial contact with information. So again, if you're interested, email me and we'll try to set something up for you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the October general readings. And until then, Pisces, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.